Hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. Round 3 of Axis having some bids to help them out in the first of the game, and my god, do they not know how to play it. The Russians are going to get another tank and 8 dudes. And now we're going to talk about what it is we are to do. Because I could... this is a lot of things to kill. Basically. I think 6 infantry can take this out, but... we're facing manpower shortages like I had predicted, and it sucks. Because, my intuition's telling me you want to go here and here. You wouldn't mind doing this. But then it's really just a question of, does this, and this accomplish much? This is a hit and a half, and this is a hit and 2. Whereas they're getting a hit and something back here. So you send an extra... You really want to kill that tank, but all of a sudden, we have 5 infantry defending the Caucasus, and 4 more to deploy. So that brings us up to 9. And they can hit us with 7 tanks and artillery, 2 men, couple of planes. I'll have a couple of planes. I think we're fine. It just seems bad. And then it's really a question of, do you take Buryatia? I don't think you do. I think we need to stand down. The problem is that if I step into Novosibirsk, they can attack me with a bunch of planes and tanks anyway, so never mind. We're standing up. Though they can take Kazakh for basically free. But we just don't have enough men. And we're really committing to a lot of stuff to put pressure on the Japanese when the Germans are about to roll us. If we lose these fights, we may have to retreat into Russia and not even protect the Caucasus. But let's see what happens. Done. Let's start with the free ones. India. That's cool. And that gives it back to the British, which is extra nice. Buryatia. We got them, they got us. We got them, they didn't. Archangel. We missed, or they missed on a 1. We remain. We got them. Remain. Gosh darn it, they hit us every time. And West Russia. And they hit us every time. Oh, that's worst case. Oh, God. So the Germans can now... we don't have any money coming in because we didn't conquer the 2 places I needed. And India went to the British. But these 7 tanks can all attack Russia. So I kind of need to just bail on the Americans. And if they park a bunch of tanks in the Caucasus as the Germans, I don't know how I kick them out. I'm going to take the AA gun away so that I can use my planes on the counteroffensive. I'm going to bring these guys in. But basically... I should have put that one guy in Kazakh. Knowing now that I wasn't going to defend Caucasus. That's bad. That's And we only have $20. That's not even enough for 7 units. Here, they're coming. And they're here. Though they stacked most of their tanks in the Ukraine for some reason. Which is what we call in the business a huge mistake. So... the Germans have left their fleet in, the most susceptible location. And it's going to pay for it. I need a convoy and 6 dudes. Call it 5 dudes and another convoy. That gets us up to 4 convoys, which we can't use all at once, so investing on them that heavily doesn't make sense. Let's just deploy 7 dudes in a convoy. We can only deploy 8 things, so... I mean, maybe I should be investing in a factory in India, because apparently we're going to own one for a while. It can't be counterattacked this round. An Indian factory is kind of neat, actually. What does that look like? We can get 5 guys? Can we get 3 guys and a transport? I don't know, I kind of like that. Then we're going to be stretched to our limits trying to field stuff, but that's fine. So here's a frickin' balls play. The aircraft carrier can defend against my sub, but the planes can't help. So there's a 2 against a 2. I get to shoot first, and if I hit, he doesn't get to shoot back. And if I hit, I sink all of his frickin' convoys. Yeah, live with it. All of you come down to here. Excuse me. Sorry. Could you guys get on the boats then? And then all of you move to here. And how do I do this? The one that comes here is the one with 1 infantry. And I want you to attack there. And then everything else is going to go here and sink this fleet. And this will go over here. They ran away from here and built AA guns because they know I can bomb them. But I think it's better to do this with 1 artillery and save this tank. Yeah. And then we're going to be deploying an infantry and a tank in Norway to make it even better. Meanwhile, this stuff... It's got 2 fighters and a bombard on it. So, like, what if it came here? What does that look like? That's like... No, that's suicide. Which is painless, and it brings on many changes, and something if I try. No, what I want to do, unselect this fleet. I want... Where are you? Libya. Okay. If I move the tank across in a blitz, and I load an infantry, then I move the whole fleet to here, and I load another infantry, I can then deploy these infantry. And that's cool. India's safe. We get to go before Japan next turn anyway, so having this fleet together, I don't think there's any benefit to having these planes in India. It makes this attack sketchier. I'll put 1 plane there. Just because this doesn't need 2, and this gives us more options. Though it makes it harder to, like, hit the same spots. If I'm going to be really aggressive, both of them can hit at 35, though, so... Okay. This is a cool turn. We have to unload these units in the non-combat into Norway. And there's a 1/3 chance that we get Karelia back for the Russians. Karelia. We did not... Man, they're hitting me on everything. C-Zone 6. They didn't hit me back on that. Though it didn't really matter because they're just scratching my battleship. Remain. We hit! Oh, God! That is not good for them. I have to individually sink all of these transports, though, apparently, because the subs are still in the, or the Air Force is still in the battle. And we're missing on our 2. But we hit on the first 2. So that That is crippling. Japan is never going to recover financially from this. Um, and there we go. Now we're on the mainland as well. Wow, what a successful sub attack, man! You can't leave your stuff that undefended. Um, yeah, and we're getting a factory in India, which is such a weird buy, but I love it. There we go. And like I could have consolidated my fleets, but because the Luftwaffe has so few things left, yes, they get to destroy my Russian army. Wow, they lost everything though, which was only 3 ground units for 5, so they do win. But what a game! It's so crazy to me that like a game can be this fun, like just so consistently good. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the Russians can take this with a bomber, but they need their planes for everything else. Let's be real. Let alone taking Caucasus back. Um, America. Well, the Japanese fleet's pretty much sunk. We could just walk into Wake Island with an army of tanks and dudes and stuff. I think. Well, this could also go into like Southern Europe or something, but nah. I think we want to keep deploying, let's say, 4 infantry in eastern United States that'll get on these boats and go back and forth. So we're going to keep going into Africa for a bit. And then over here, we want 2 more transports, 3 more transports, a dude, and a tank. And that will load up here and then also be able to pick up in Hawaii and link up with where this fleet lands. Well, in fact, they're basically just going to, yeah. Yeah, you're hearing what I'm saying. Now, I usually go for the Solomons, but we can be greedy and go here to Wake Island because the Japanese don't have a navy. They can't threaten me. Like, they can hit me with their battleship and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I'm insane. They can definitely threaten me because they can hit me with 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but they won't have Wake Island. Okay. I was thinking that they could send these planes to land on Wake Island, and these planes to land on the aircraft carrier, and then the bomber to land on Wake Island. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but this destroyer's in range too, and this bomber could land in Okinawa. But I can move this British sub into range? This is a messy battle, but with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hit points, they'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hit points. But I'm defending, which is better for most naval units, i.e. aircraft carriers and fighters on them. We're going to take this chance to keep our momentum. These guys are going to float back. You guys are going to walk across Africa, and you're going to drive a little bit faster because you're motorized. I guess mechanized is the better term. And done. I don't need to support the Wake Island stuff because, yes, it gets a bombard, but more likely it just has an auto hit on the ground, so that's fine. I hit done. Don't want to move anything. I am curious, and we're mostly committing to a Pacific strategy here, which is kind of neat. So by putting all that stuff here and this stuff here, we have 2 and this, so a lot to load up that can go to Wake Island. And if I want, I can send these 2 boats back to pick up more stuff, and we can create some sort of ferry. The Russians are really not in a great spot, but by getting a couple artillery pieces, I'm hoping to bring them back in. Okay. If I take Indochina, it's mine. And the Japanese don't have much for ground forces. Like, how do I do this? Because I need to basically charge Caucasus. And that's a hit. That's a hit. So, like, that's good. They could hit me 2 times, then I'm going to hit them 2 times. So then they can hit us once, and then they should die. But these are not good attacks. So what about... Where's Archangel? You. What if I sent an extra infantry up there? I can't even take Kazakh, but taking Indochina is technically better. Taking Caucasus is really important. We got to get some luck, which is not a good thing to ask for when you're fighting a war, but we need them not to hit us back on every counterattack. French Indochina, at least, is guaranteed. We took a hit, though, so that's bad. Archangel starting at the top. They hit us, which is fine. Then West, Russia. We missed, they missed. We hit, they hit. Fine. Caucasus. And we got through with 1 person. So that's fine, but now they have 10 tanks. It's not supported by enough infantry, which means it'll peter out, but like, gosh damn. And we're here in Indochina, which is just funny. All we have is 6 units in Russia, though. Oh, God. But at least Archangel is kind of safe as well. Yeah, they can't get there. They're absolutely ripping our units to shred, though. But see, this is what I mean. Like, most of their units are tanks, so like they're sending them unsupported by infantry. Not easy pickings, but damn, they're gonna get picked. So we need 6 units in the mainland and 3 units in India. Can I take East Indies? I could land there with a dude and a tank. And 2 planes could attack it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a bombard. So if the bombard hit on the half chance, and the tank and the man hit on the 4, and the planes are an auto hit, we would take it in 1 round and we would have it. I think that's worth trying. So we get an extra tank, and an extra tank, and an extra tank, and an extra tank, and an extra tank. Something like that. That's a lot. But it feels right. So we hit done. And then by loading up 4 duders, going here, we can go 2 duders, 2 duders, auto hit, auto hit, auto hit. So now we're helping the front. You get in, and we're going to party. Oh, they have 3 units there. Oh yeah, sorry, that works. We went through the math. I talked about it. We have to get really lucky, but we could. So let's go there. We're not taking... Should we be taking Caucasus and helping the Russians in the actual issues that we're having in the war? You know what? Instead of doing this Hail Mary, I think that makes way more sense. Pick up a guy. I don't even need to pick him up. But if I do pick them up, I get that bombard. So what if I move... But I like having the fleet in India. But if I move him here and drop a tank, and send a dude, send a dude, send a plane. Like, that'll win. And this has a decent chance to just kill that unit and give Russia a chance to just take it without a fight. So I think I'm willing to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. It's weird to abandon what was a really cool Indian Ocean idea, but the European theater is so much more important. So here we're attacking the Russians, or sorry, the Germans in 4 locations. Doing work. And we're going to hide a sub in here to help protect that American battle fleet. Conduct naval bombard. Conduct naval bombard. This doesn't actually matter, so we'll do Eastern. Because Eastern Europe don't matter. JK, Eastern Europe's okay. No Western Europe bias here. Caucasus. We got him. Lucky hit on the first round. Karelia's auto. Kazakh. They got us, but we got them. Which is fine, because now the British... Not the British. The... Ooh, we don't need both planes there. We'll put one in India. Ooh, never mind. Undo. This one to India. And this one to Caucasus. Or Black Sea. Yeah. A little bit more operational things. Because now, yeah, it's just easier for everyone. This is good. This is really good. And now that the Russians own Caucasus, they can deploy directly into it. Not that I think they want to with so many tanks around, but... and you have to land on that fleet. And you should just land in the UK. Oh, there's an American bomber here. I should have moved that like 4 decades ago. But let's see. I was gonna put the infantry here, but I think I'm gonna put the... Well, undo. I want 1 infantry and 2 tanks. And then here I want a bunch of tanks and infantry. 43, man. We're rich as the UK because the Axis have fumbled so hard in so many places. It's nice to play a campaign where you just get to dominate and show off your superior skillage. But they killed us in Indochina. That's fine. The Americans have a fleet. We can go take the Philippines. Can we split the fleet? Not really. 1, 2. It's 1, 2, 3. I think I can take Borneo. With this force. And then this force can go to Solomon and be defended by what? It would not be defended. So I have to wait a turn to move that fleet. So, what is that? A battleship, an aircraft carrier or something? Lame. Lame. And a dude then, a tank. Keep tanking out. So, every other turn we're going to drop 4 infantry into Africa. Run a tank to Persia to fill in gaps, and that's nice. Very nice. This bomber. We could bomb Germany. It's probably the only real value it's going to have for a while, but... No, that's not true. I could put it in Persia. Like, they can't hit it in Persia with anything interesting, and now it can hit the 1, 2, 3. It can hit this stuff really easy. So, is this really better than taking 6 units to Wake Island and uniting a better fleet? I'm not convinced this is the right call, but taking Borneo this turn seems cool. And I don't think they can take me as long as I follow along with the sub. So that's cool. Cool, 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 cool. Everything's cool. We cool? All right. Done. They killed another man. Non-combat. Get back on the planes. The planes get back on the boats. And we'll have to buy planes for this aircraft carrier moving forward, but who knows? Maybe we'll end up buying factory in Borneo because it doesn't look like they can hit us. It's kind of neat doing like a two-ocean thing. But either way, that's the end of the 4th round, so I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers.